Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
Rolling in my whip past your E Boulevard, watching posers set and flex, hoping to act hard, praying some of their denials find a way to stick, writing articles denying eating pain chips. Yeah, who does that?
What about all charges that the state listed? Reading proof, that's the thing that gets you twisted. Fraud, extortion, now there's more threats, saying the mafia is coming in your whip.
He told the world that the FBI will be calling, because the mafia finds the truth appalling. Spinning your conviction in every detail, speed running another attempt at getting re-jailed. Imagine literally taking advantage of a blind man, misleading him to be the face of your scams. His biggest mistake, thinking that lawyer cared, as you threw his life into further disrepair.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, their grift.
Launching buzzwords on wacky stations while pleading due to the very things they accuse others of. And when you stand up, they make threats. Wow.
If a certain lawyer is a joke, then they're the punchline. But let's take a minute and truly try to define. Paging the dumbest ecosystem, repeat perps, forthwith known to all the planets as the derps.
These are fun times indeed.
Times indeed.
Oh, I love that song. Man, what's up, folks? Welcome to a crazy day. This one is going to be off the chain crazy tonight.
What a wild day.
It has been. I was like, how many more documents are going to drop? And I guess the answer was more. Yes. It was just a yes.
Oh man, but and I even said to someone today, wouldn't it be wild if the judge, responded to this today and within an hour? Bam.
Yeah. Judge responds and he's like, yo, snap to it, BBB. You give us a response now.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh man, and I mean this is a wild one today. Also,
there was stuff in here we've never heard. There are things, and I did make a video earlier, like a general overview, because there was so much, and I did not go through the attachments, the exhibits that have all the emails. And there's some stuff in there that you are not going to believe.
Yeah, it's wild. It is wild. The stuff that the judge said, don't be doing this kind of crap. Yeah, there was a lot of that going on. By the way, By the way, I've got something to show off today. So you remember when we
Oh,
were
you
talking
do? I
about?
do too. So
Oh,
let's do show and tell. You're
okay.
first.
Well, we were talking about Otter Creek Elvis, and how
Yes. Oh my
she
God,
should
I
come
know what's
in and
coming.
yeah, she should come in and get people married or anything. Well,
Yes.
guess what? Yeah.
What?
So guess who's a licensed minister now? That's right. Guess who could come out and legitly, this is real, by the way. This is real.
Step right up, folks. If you want Tug, that umbrella guy, to officiate your wedding, he
That's
is
right,
now
baby.
able to do so.
Got wedding bells
Do
in
we
your future. Maybe
do I
want
call,
to
do we
go
call you
in and get
Father
those.
Tug? No? Father Tug? Oh my
This is
God.
it's legit, by the way. This is real. It's
You
not a
have
joke.
you have
I'm
to
not
perform a
kidding.
marriage.
You
You have to.
notice?
Okay, listen, folks, if any of you want to get married during the trial in Gainesville, Tug will marry you on the courthouse steps. Okay? I'm
Yep.
making that promise right now. Anybody wants to get married in Gainesville when this trial starts, Pope Tug
Yep.
takes
So
on a whole new meaning. You need to put your Pope hat on.
yeah, well, that's true. That is actually true. Yeah. So when people are like, "Oh my gosh, that's offensive," I'm like, "No, that's actually not offensive at all. That is straight up there." If I would be like, "My child, do you accept?" Yeah. And again, that this is not some kind of crazy joke or anything.
Do
It's
you
legit.
promise
Apparently, it is very
to give
easy.
good times for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Good.
You're gonna have fun times. You're gonna have fun times indeed. Yes.
I vow to have fun times indeed.
Do you find this person fascinating?
Oh my God, that's a great idea. Kitty Ninja says I should take Mr. Fox and we can renew our vows.
There you go.
Oh, funny.
I'm half joking, but I'm telling you, somebody will one day be like, "Hey, Tug, will you actually do this?" And I'll probably be like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" As long as I can do it in the mask, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, you have to do it in the mask.
Yeah.
You have to. You
As long as I can do it in the mask, I'll be like, "Heck yeah, baby." Oh man, but yes, that is like I said, that's not a joke. I got curious about what it really takes, because here's the weird thing: like all this stuff is hyped up by these people. Oh, I've got this, I've got that. Yeah, it's nothing. like everything from handwriting. Again, if you're going to be a court certified handwriting expert, that's different. But to call yourself a handwriting expert, it's paying some fees and going in and registering yourself at a couple of places. Doing this right here, oh, it's very easy. But this could be, like I said, it's fun. It's interesting. I did it as a joke, and then I was like, well, you know what? That's kind of cool.
look at this sticky widget. I now pronounce you married. You may fall down the slide like a fainting goat.
I'll take my fainting goats with me. I'll actually rent one for the day.
You have to make them fall down the slide.
Yeah, we'll bring
Yoga mat
actually,
out
fall
for
down the slide and bring the ring to you, like the ring bearer. That'd be awesome right there.
You have to go collect the ring from its collar because it's unconscious on the ground.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. That's funny. Oh, I like that one too. Allie was like, "Can I move my wedding from Gainesville to Gainesville?" And Megan, check your email. I don't know what that's about.
Okay, all right.
Oh
You guys
yeah,
are
man.
so bossy.
I thought
wait,
that.
I do have a show and tell. Do you want to see my show and tell?
Oh yeah. Let's see what you got
All
here.
right. So Susan, who is an avid listener, sent me an amazing gift. She makes pens. And she sent me this beautiful wood.
Oh, that is boss,
and
man.
I know. She sent me a beautiful pen made out of like some kind of resin and wood. It is so gorgeous. I love
That's
it
cool.
so much.
Yeah, man. I love pens like I carry like freaking all kinds of awesome pens like that. That's beautiful.
She made it custom. She asked me what kind of colors I liked, and then she just made it. Isn't it beautiful?
Heck yeah.
I love it. And also she sent me something else, which is hilarious. Let me show you what else she sent me. She heard that we had someone else in the audience, Terry, sent me a bag of dicks, and they were gummy bears, right? And I told the audience, I'm like, I don't really like gummy bears, but I'm gonna, we'll find someone to eat them, but they're hilarious. But I'm just not a gummy bear person, so I won't be eating them. So she found hard candy. God, this is so funny.
no, hard candy ones.
Yeah, but I can't make the window share, and I don't know why.
It's probably like I don't want to see that.
Wait. Let me try it this way. Here we go. Open a new tab. There we go. I should be able to do it this way. All right. And it has this funny card with it. Look at this. God, this is hilarious. All right. It's official. You have been invited to, and then you flip the card over and it says, eat a bag of dicks.
That's hilarious. That's funny. I like the pin. Put the pin back up here, though. I want to see that again.
Oh, that pin is so cool. Yeah. Let me put the pen back up.
Show me that pin again.
There we go. Wait.
Zoom in on it a little bit.
There.
Can you zoom in on it?
Yes, it is beautiful. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, man. That looks really good.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, she did great work there. That looks good.
I know. And it's
like
got the bolt action. It's got the bolt action.
I like the
slide,
bolt actions.
like I like.
Yeah.
I like the bolt actions. Yeah. And it's nice and heavy. I love how heavy it is. Susan, you outdid yourself.
Susan, that's a nice pen, Susan. That's cool. I like those bolt action pens. Those things are cool as heck.
Yeah, they are.
Man.
Yeah. Very talented. Very talented. There's lots
That's
of talent.
cool. We both had good news there, Yeah,
we both had stuff to share.
Hey, you can, you can be a witness. Like if I'm going to get people and marry them, you can witness them. You can sign it.
I can sign it with my new pen.
Yeah. See, there you
Absolutely.
go. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Man, I'm gonna be like Elvis. I'm telling you. Gainesville to Gainesville. We can have some weddings out there, baby.
You tried to tell Lynette that she should do this, but she ignores good advice. So now you might as well capitalize off it. You might as well do it.
I'm going to now. I'm going to officiate weddings.
I can't wait.
I'm telling you, at first I was like, this would just be interesting to do. Now I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to do this for real. I really want to do it just because it'll be awesome.
Oh God, it's perfect. And you didn't tell anyone you were doing that. That's so
no,
funny.
I did not. I have this impulse issue. Like anybody in my life, could attest to that. I am very impulsive. Like if I get something in my head, I'm like, I got to do it. I've got to do it. And I was like, I wonder what it would take. Like I said, it is very easy to become an ordained minister, though. It's something. Again, I'm not, I do not want to confuse the two. I'm not saying like I go out and, again, disrespect anyone's religious beliefs. This, though, totally different. If the state can marry you right here, it allows me to.
You can marry somebody. It's so great.
Yeah, just like the state.
You can also start a cult should you want to.
Yes, I always want a pickle cult. It's got to be pickle themed.
Church of the Pickle.
Oh man,
Church of the Dill Pickle.
I've got to get one of the pickle you shirts. The way it says "We pick you" on the back, it's so funny. I've got to take a picture of it because from a distance, it actually looks like a giant pickle, and it looks like it says "F you" across the back. All words, and because "pick you" looks like it says something else.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I've got one upstairs. So I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'll show it off this weekend sometime. Yeah, there you go. Look, fainting goats, dream wedding. That's what I'm saying. You never knew you needed this stuff until it has been brought to you. I mean, if you can't have the magic tortoise ride for your freaking wedding, you can get the fainting goats. Man, maybe we'll make a rap song for your thing too.
Oh, I have a clarification too. So yesterday when we were talking about the arrest rumor, remember the arrest rumor? How it got taken out of context. I did watch Jeremy's video back, and what he said was he had just gotten a call letting him know that there's another criminal, someone who has been arrested in the past, not arrested just now, join the anti-what the hales ecosystem. And I know this for a fact is
Oh,
true
yeah.
because I discovered this information
Oh,
and
yes.
it was the call. But yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen it. And then
I'd
we don't
rather
want to
not.
say, we're not going to bring up this
Yes.
person. This is a notorious person who's a stalker.
Yeah.
And is,
Yes. A very, very bad news.
very
So
bad
I
news.
really do not want to give them any attention, but that is 100% legit. It is.
Yep.
It's just, it's insane. The kind of degenerates that are gathering over here like some kind of, I don't know, I call them like a storm, but really, I mean, they're not really a storm. They're not really good at what they do. You know, if they're really good at what they did, they wouldn't have spent so much jail time. There's just a bunch of, like I said,
these are bona
degenerates
fide
and
criminals.
losers. Yeah.
Criminals,
Not the
ex-felons,
good kind, you know.
ex-cons, bad ones,
Yeah.
dangerous ones. This particular new one is ooh,
Yeah.
bad, real
So,
bad.
I mean, that was right. It was 100%.
Yeah, it's just that he was speaking fast, so had been arrested sounded like been arrested. And so I think people just took it and thought someone was arrested today or this week or what. No, it's someone with a criminal history is what he meant. A criminal history, a new person.
Indeed.
So.
Indeed. Yes. I see what you're talking about there. You know, I don't know why that didn't register on me the other day.
I know,
because,
me either.
Yeah, I mean, I knew about that, and I mentioned, oh,
Right.
by the way, too, let me get some love out here. So, Jay, you know, Mr. Just Jay Hip, apparently has met now again, I guess he has to be qualified for YouTube, but he has met all the qualifications that he needed for
great.
Yeah, for his monetization. So that'll be
he got
great,
the watch
man.
hours, terrific.
Yeah, got it all there when it all kicks off. I don't think it's in yet, but if it has been, awesome. But if not, let me know when that kicks up. I'll tell him, you know, and that way when you have that up there, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, they
I'm
did.
proud,
If
though.
you've missed it, they did another one yesterday.
Yeah, I saw
and it
that
was
come
really
up.
funny.
I have not had a chance to watch it because I was so busy the other day.
It was very funny, very funny. So, you know, if you guys can catch the replay, if you didn't see it on Just Jay Hip, it's very funny. He's been reading through the ecosystem's social media posts, and it's a riot. Rosalind Duke joined them on the last one too. So love you, Roz. Rosalind, by the way, has made 2 new videos that are absolutely hilarious. Have you guys seen the new videos? Because she's made one about Stupid Dave makes a phone. Stupid Dave makes a phone call, which is absolutely
that one.
Hilarious. And then she also made one about who's George. And that one I think dropped today. So you definitely go and check that out.
You know, somebody is first class investigator, by the way, when they're like, by the way, who's George? I don't know who this George fella is.
Well, it's really funny because Rosalind put his statement up about who's George, and then she played a montage of Jeremy going, "Hey, George," and George on the screen. "What do you think, George? Hey, George." Well, George and I, and like there's like 8 or 9 different clips of Jeremy and George together. Oh God, it was so funny.
Yeah, let me put that on the screen. I actually have
it's so humiliating to him. I mean, just because he's wading into waters that are way over his head. And if he's not going to do actual research, if he's not going to do actual investigation into this, he should go do something else. Go con some poor family court victim into paying you to write some bullshit thing that you're not going to do any research on. Don't do this anymore because you're totally out of your depth, dude.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I don't know who George is. Seriously?
Oh my God. I don't know who George is.
I think it's funny. I think that is probably one of the best self-owns in this entire thing. Yeah.
But pay me $10,000.
Yeah. Anytime like an article or something else is written. Well, anytime bring something up, you know, people should be like, have you figured out who George is? Yeah. I mean, every time though, like there's a video on it or something, be like, yeah, but what about that George fellow? Oh my God.
Have you done an expose on George yet?
Yes. We are all George.
Yeah,
Yeah,
George
there you
Desco.
go.
George
Yeah, that's
Desco
it.
just goes, I am
Yes, I was
George.
looking at that one too. That's funny.
Where to find the George video? Rosalind, are you a mod in here? No, you're not. You should give her a wrench. Rosalind, I'll try and drop your
There you are,
your
Rosalind.
thing.
Here, yeah, no, I'll let her drop that thing. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let's see. And moderator.
Tug will wrench you, and then you can drop
Yeah,
your
there you can
links
drop your
in there.
Yeah, drop a link for that.
Yeah.
Show it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that way people can find
her
it.
videos are just so funny.
Yeah,
Rosalind is
yeah, there's a
one
lot of
the
fun
funniest-
videos. Right?
She is so funny, and she's such a sweetheart. You know, she was with us in Utah. She just dropped everything and came out with us for Jeff's funeral, and it was really lovely to meet her in person. And God, and she's such a joy with her laughter. She will keep you laughing all day. I just love the way she looks at life. It's great fun. And you know what I love about the people who I follow on YouTube is that their sense of humor is always genuinely funny, and it's not over the top mean or cruel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not nastiness and vitriol.
Yeah, it's not nasty. Whereas the other side, when they think they're being funny, they're being nasty. They're doing things like revenge corn. Like
Yeah,
what
for real.
what the hell? I would never follow someone who did that. I would never be pushing their videos or Rosalind Duke is one of the funniest human beings. She's so great. She does so many great satire videos, and they're all in good fun. That's what I like the most about all of it. You guys are so funny. Same with Just J Hip. Everything they do is in good fun. It's in good humor, with the underlying hope that, like Jeff said all the time, we hope that they will be better. Be better. Because remember Jeff was always, and this is a great segue into what we're going to read tonight.
Yeah.
Legal Vices was constantly begging these lawyers who would misbehave to be better. And he was such a calming voice, and he would speak to them in a fatherly way.
These chipper chats are making me laugh while you're talking. I'm saying like George of the Jungle.
But like he would encourage these lawyers. He was one of the only one of us who would stop for a moment in mocking and be serious and be like, okay, as a fellow officer of the court, please, I beg you to be better than this. You're not doing your client any favors. And it was just so great. And I love that. I miss that.
Somebody else that has sounded off on this stuff recently. Again, DUI guy dropped something new into the fray as well. I'm actually going to, I thought that was a great video. I was giving it a little time to settle.
Looks amazing.
Yeah. So I definitely want to review that, probably this weekend. I think I'll go over it because, it's good to see Larry sound off on something again. You got to remember too, Larry having an opinion on these cases is the reason they sued him. So obviously that right there puts a lot of oomph behind anything he says.
Yep.
I love the idea.
Make it sound like he's being so unprofessional by commenting on it. It's like he's not the one bringing it. He's not the one in the case.
Dude,
he's allowed to have an opinion. Bruce is the one who's being so unprofessional in this case.
Bruce took an email yesterday that apparently is from it's lawyer to lawyer, and he decided his first reaction to getting an email was to throw a shit fit, give it to 2Ls, and then on top of that to go on and talk about it. I mean, you want to talk about unprofessional, that's unprofessional, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. The stuff we're talking about tonight with the documentation on it, that really leans into, that's about unprofessional. Now, on this too, I think we'll start with the judge's order just to give it some oomph. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start at the end and then work backwards. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because when we're talking about this, again, we usually don't know what a judge is thinking about something, but the judge, they took it very seriously. So here's the judge's order on what we're going to look at. I mean, we got an order right after this stuff was filed. I mean, within like Megan said, like an hour. It was like, whoa, what's up? So
yeah, like an hour. Literally, I was still recording my video, my overview. We're still recording it when that order came in. That's how quickly it happened.
it was upon consideration of the foregoing. It is ordered. Again, look at the dates here, because this is important. This tells you the judge is like, let's speed this up and quickly. It is ordered on the 13th day of March. The plaintiff has filed a motion for sanctions. That is the documents we will be looking at today, by the way. The court will require defendants to expedite their response in opposition. Accordingly, defendants must file a response to plaintiff's motion for sanctions by no later than 5 p.m. March 20th. 2025. They got a week.
That's 5 days. It's 5 business days. So here's what I found out. So when I was recording my video, I said, oh, that seems like a lot of time. I was wrong. I found out that the usual amount of time that you have to file a response to a motion for sanctions in federal court is 15 days. The judge has decided that ain't good enough for me. I want it in 5. Holy crap. That could be a good sign. It could be the sign we've all been waiting for. Or he could do nothing like he's done up until now.
Indeed. But it does seem like it's like a wow. And maybe, I mean, again, I'm not a very hopeful person. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of, I wouldn't call myself quite black pilled yet, but I'm pretty close, you know, in most things. I feel like I'm doom pilled these days, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But at the same time, I want to believe, you know, quoting a little X-Files there. I really do. I want to believe.
Yeah.
Did you, what? Wait, did I see the new website? Which website?
What new website?
What website are we talking about, by the way? And man, I like that too. And by the way, dropped a hundo on that. But listening to y'all while watching and whatnot. There you go. That's some multitasking right there too. Bam. What website are you talking about, though? I am curious what website we're talking about here.
Yeah, I've never heard of that website. I don't know what they mean. Chat? Can you
Yeah, is there something new and crazy and exciting that I should know about?
if there is a link to some website you want me to see, send it to my email.
Yeah, and you know what was really funny yesterday too? I'm pulling all this stuff up. Apparently, certain people out there don't seem to understand that any of the documents that we see, these documents are publicly available documents. Apparently, certain folks in the ecosystem think that it's some kind of magic act when we come up with these here. They don't seem to understand that anyone can go get these.
I know they're coming up with some kind of conspiracy theory that Max Lab is either being paid or I don't really understand what they're trying to say. I mean, if anybody is donating to Max Lab to help him with pacer costs, who cares? Like there are pacer costs when it comes to anybody.
Yeah, but
can
I mean,
get them.
all documents.
It's like 30
anybody
cents
can
a
do
page,
something.
but anybody
Yeah.
can get them. It's not like you can't go get them.
Yeah.
They're public. What part of public do you not understand?
Well, it just says something to me about like certain people do not understand anything related to courts. If you think it's a conspiracy, getting court documents that again you can look up yourself. If you think that that's something, then my God, I mean the ecosystem is a mess. It is a damn train wreck. That should be something that's understood from like right from go. But man, let's pull up this 96. This is such a good document.
This is the one we've been waiting for. Like, when are you going to tell the judge what this guy is doing?
Oh man, I mean this is magical. I'm good. I'm having a good day today. I mean, I'm like health wise, I can read well. Woo-hoo.
Oh, cool. You want to you switch off pages or?
Yeah, let's do page to page today.
All right.
Does it sound good to you? All right. So again, this is for those keeping score. We are almost up to 100 filings in this case, by the way, because the answer to this is 97. I think I'm 5 behind putting them in order.
I know. It's crazy.
Ugh, but I mean, that is a heck of a lot of filings, by the way, in a case. Most cases don't make it to 100, major ones with a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of them, you're talking 20, 30, not 100. And we're not even into this thing, really. I mean, that's just the insanity to it. But this is a motion for sanctions, including judicial default. Wow, man.
Ooh, that judicial default, by the way, what this is asking for is a default ruling in favor of Jeremy Hales. And that can happen. Do I think it will happen? No.
No, but
nope. But it could.
it
could. Yep.
I think BBB has been pushing his luck a lot more than he realizes.
I think what he's more in danger of losing is his pro hoc vice status.
Yeah, well, and that would be bad news for him too. That'd be a lot worse than he, I think, realizes. Let me see if I relay this at the bottom. Will it cover anything? I'll try it this way. I'm going to see if that's set up, if that works. I moved this around on the screen. Let's see. So, plaintiff Jeremy Hales, by and through undersigned counsel, pursuant to this court's order that went way back to document 43, hereby moves for sanctions, including judicial default, and states. So we're talking about the court. This is what the court had to say. This is a good way to go, by the way. Quoting the judge is always an interesting way to play, isn't it? So, name calling, personal attacks, and obstructionist behavior has no place in a deposition or in any other proceedings in this case. This is something that I remember somebody pointing out, by the way, the other night. Who was that? Oh, it was a certain train wrecking live stream wrecking person, Megalodon's foe. That's right.
I believe I did bring this up. In fact, I believe I have an entire Twitter thread all about it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good point, that the judge has said, hey, I'm not going to let this stuff go. And God, some of the stuff this points out is insane. So experience.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Bill just said they're also saying that Megan is hurting Jeremy's case by talking bad about the judge. Oh, well, again, welcome to America, where we're allowed to have opinions about judges who are public officials and what they do. By the way, and this might be another evidence that Jeremy Hales doesn't tell me what to do, because there's no way that I'm not going to tell you my opinion of these judges. There's just no way. Even if Jeremy was like, hey, I think that maybe you shouldn't talk about the judge, I'd be like, sorry, because this is how I see it.
It also talks about their egos more than anything, because they think a judge is like timing out his busy day to listen to us all on YouTube and see what we think about things. And you know what? I actually do think if a judge is going to go out and say, hey, this is the standard in my courtroom, then have that standard.
Then have it. There's nothing terrible about me saying he said this and he should be held accountable to it.
Yep.
If you say these things, you should follow through when they do exactly what you said they shouldn't do. Bruce is breaking this order, and he should be held responsible to it. I will say the same thing about a judge who lets a person get away with perjury in their court. I will tell you how I feel about it, and I don't care what the lawyers involved or the litigants involved have to say about it. I will tell you my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. By the way, Judge Carroll definitely listened to our coverage about the Maya Kowalski trial. Definitely. I know he did, because he put some of our jokes in one of his orders. But you know what a great judge he is? He's such a great judge that he never complained once about the news media covering the case and the wild circus atmosphere around that case. Not once. In fact, he made orders about how it was important to let the public in this case. And he never complained. And because he's a good judge, and he realizes that the people have a right to freedom of speech, even if it's about him and his hair island. Like, even if it's about, and so if this guy is a good judge, then he isn't going to worry about my opinion of him. He's going to know that it's part of his job to put up with public criticism.
I'm just like, the judges don't care. If the judge actually cared about something, man, maybe he should tune into the ecosystem. Oh, right. That's right. They don't worry about the ecosystem insulting judges repeatedly because no one listens to them. I got you. That's actually what
Yes, chat, the tuft of justice. That's what we called him. The man is a
Yeah.
legend. The tuft of justice. Judge Carroll, also a Florida judge. Love you, buddy. I mean,
That's
just good
funny though.
stuff.
The hair joke is so funny.
It was epic. It was one of the most epic
But
things that's ever happened to me.
I mean, the point remains, though. This is, again, the judge's words being quoted here. And if this is what the judge says should go, then this is how it should be. You know, again, no name calling, personal attacks, obstructionist behavior. They have no place in deposition or any other proceedings in this case. Experienced lawyers, like the ones involved in this case, should be able to control themselves and their clients. But they apparently cannot, which is why
It's such
the
a
court...
low bar.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
I can't
And look
read
at, okay,
this without laughing. Oh God.
we just read the Amanda Martin depo, you know, and we're to the BBB part, but look at how he's acted. He's acted like a petulant child. It's crazy. You know, how his response. So I ran across a YouTube short yesterday, and it was Kanye West throwing an absolute shit fit in a court hearing. And I thought, oh my God, this reminds me of BBB. I was like, you never want, you know, Kanye West is one of the few people, you know, South Park made fun of him, you know, in the South Park, any of that's always crazy, right? He's crazier in real life than his South Park thing. It made him calmer. So I was thinking about that the other day. So it's like, oh my Lord. But anyway, but they apparently cannot, which is why the court will supervise the partial redeposition. Everybody in this case is now on notice. See, this is what we were talking about. He put everyone on notice. He said, if this type of behavior continues, there will be sanctions. Those sanctions will not be light. They may include stiff monetary penalties, dismissal of this
action, and disciplinary proceedings against the attorneys. So I could dismiss the action. There could be disciplinary proceedings. You know what he didn't say here that he should have said? There could be a judgment against the defendant, because the dismissal of the action would be against the plaintiff. He did not include a judgment, a default judgment, which he should have. But I'm sure that he knows that that's a possibility.
I'm sure he meant that as well, you know, because this was pointed at everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Dismissing action as a sanction for unacceptable deposition conduct. He's citing a case where that happened. And then Thomas v. Tenneco Packaging, affirming disciplinary proceedings against counsel for, among other things, making demeaning remarks about opposing counsel's physical traits and demeanor, and recognizing that a federal court has the power to control admission to its bar and discipline attorneys. Rule regulating the Florida bar, which is Rule 4.8.4, misconduct, states a lawyer shall not engage in conduct in connection with the practice of law that is prejudicial to the administration of justice, including to knowingly or through callous indifference disparage, humiliate, or discriminate against litigants like Jeremy Hales.
Jeremy Hale. So every time when he's popping on to 2Ls and he's posting all of this stuff, he's not just going after Randy. He's been going after Jeremy Hales, and he's going after him repeatedly.
He called him a psychotic homophobe or some.
He's
like
said
that.
A lot of stuff. A lot. And,
a lot.
You know, not only that, but look at what ended up in Whatnot. I mean, how is that not disparaging?
Oh, yeah. It's very disparaging. And by the way, for those of you, somebody did ask a good question today in my video. Somebody asked, can this be applied to Jeremy? Because Jeremy makes fun of his nose. No, Jeremy is not an officer of the court.
That's right.
He is not held to these standards. I am not held to these standards. I am not an officer of the court. I don't have to. Jeremy can make fun of anybody he wants, and he can call Bruce whatever he wants, and he can make fun of his nose whenever he wants. You know why? The Constitution. That's why. The First Amendment of the Constitution. And no, lawyers do not have 100% free speech when they have a bar card. They have to hold themselves to a higher standard.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're going after, we're not talking about going out and making fun of or talking about just random Joe Schmo out here. We're talking about litigant. So you're sitting over there, you're supposed to comport yourself as a professional.
According to the bar's rules, which these are rules for ethics for lawyers. And Jeremy Hales did not take an oath to uphold ethics for lawyers because he isn't one.
Yep.
So he doesn't have to.
Yeah, that's
I
why
mean,
it starts out, a lawyer shall not.
shall not. Yeah, that doesn't mean that any Joe Schmo cannot make fun of some guy, but a lawyer cannot disparage and mock and humiliate a litigant. Or look at this, jurors, witnesses.
Witnesses, Shara?
How much shit has he said about Shara?
Jesus wept, man. I mean,
How much shit did they say about Wes Dockery?
oh yeah. Yeah, they threatened Wes Dockery. Again, you can have any opinion you want on Wes Dockery, but here's the thing. We found out because of Shara that there were statements that were put on YouTube where there were threats made about suing while you had an ongoing investigation. I mean, my God,
What
they
about
don't
those
even get
people in
into
Northport? He threatened those people in Northport. Those
what
were
about Ohio? Talking about the lawyers over there.
Oh my God. He threatened the lawyers in Ohio. That's right. And the ones in Miami.
I mean, it's almost a who hasn't been, when you look at somebody, if they're not walking lockstep, marching like sheep, who exactly? Yeah.
So witnesses, court personnel, or other lawyers, there it is. Boom, there it is. On any basis. Now, this is important. On any basis. They're not allowed to do any of these things on any basis, including, but not limited to.
Yes.
And that not limited to is important because you can't read this to be like, oh, this is just about race, ethnicity, and gender, religion, national origin. No, it's about all the things above plus. Understand? So not limited to. The oath of admission to the Florida bar requires attorneys to maintain the respect due to courts of justice and judicial officers. Further, as provided in, after the physical characteristic, we had a footnote. So it says the professional conduct, an attorney must comply with the rules of professional conduct that are part of the rules regulating the Florida bar as amended from time to time or with any set of rules adopted by the Florida bar in their place, unless federal law provides otherwise.
I just thought of this. You know what's an amazing cell phone that goes with this? Polymop. Because if you think about it, they went out, they they copyrighted whatever. I said trademark, but they copyrighted Polymop, right? Okay, well, the way they describe it, they say that not only, is Jeremy doing all of these terrible things, but also he has to have a co-conspirator counsel. There's not a shred of proof that there's some conspiracy out there amongst them to do all of this stuff. But they've not only taken it in the court to say this, but they've taken it to the airwaves and they've said it repeatedly.
Yep.
So that is one hell of a cell phone under this.
Yep.
Oh, man, I love it. Love it. So for further, as provided in the, since we had the footnote there, guidelines for professional conduct, a lawyer always should interact with parties, counsel, witnesses, jurors, and prospective jurors, court personnel, and judges with courtesy and civility, and should avoid undignified or discourteous conduct that is degrading to the court or the proceedings.
I would say that everything he does is undignified. Everything he does is uncivil. It's outrageous.
I can just see this from here. Randy, you scumbag.
Oh my God.
I mean, just straight.
Can you believe he said that?
Oh, right there.
Writing?
Yeah. Look who's attached here. Look at that. Look who he's bringing in. Look, by the way, look at these fucking people that he's made sure are his go-tos, They're his go-tos.
The only thing that this thing is missing is a description of who Dick Lickman is.
Indeed.
Paint chips. We're missing a description that there should be a spicy footnote in here that says, Dick Lickman, paint chips here, is an ex-con disbarred disgrace lawyer who spent 4 years in a federal penitentiary for XYZ. That's the only thing that I think that this is missing. And if I were writing it, that I would have put that in.
Yes. Acknowledges all types of terrible things. Denies eating paint chips. Yes.
Oh God.
Oh, I love that. So against this backdrop, in indirect contradiction of give me a second. I got to take a drink.
Okay.
I almost coughed. Give me 1 minute. I don't want to do that in the microphone. Okay, there we go. Of the above authorities, Attorney Manskin, that would be Mr. Manskin to some people, has sent the following insulting and disparaging emails to his opposing counsel, making derogatory statements regarding Mr. Hales and opposing counsel. Oh, look at this one. Randy, you scumbag. Dated 2/28/2025. Now you'll notice again, I like how,
Ecosystem's on there.
yeah, you notice he adds in his his folks. Randy, you scumbag. Before you stupidly and insultingly respond, or let your imbecile of a client respond using your email. What the fuck?
My God.
He's saying, and he brought this to outside parties. So he is 100%. And he's also saying that Jeremy is using his email. What a batshit crazy wacko man.
And also, this doesn't even make sense. He types when he's in a rage and then he doesn't go back and spell check. Before you stupidly and insultingly respond. This is the worst grammatically structured sentence I've ever seen. And also, before you stupidly respond, or what? He doesn't finish it. It's a fragment. Or let your imbecile of a client respond using your email.
It may just be a piece of the email, we've gotten.
Maybe,
it's probably
but
just a piece of it.
But that beginning part is like, what? Is that supposed to say before you
So this is exhibit 1. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm going to unshare and see if that, what, page 3? I'm going to look at exhibit 1. Wait, is that document? 1? Oh, yeah. So here's the whole email. You want to see it? You want to just pull it first so we can see it?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the email. This was anyone following along, by the way, let's just say that this is document 96-1. So that would be, again, some people have gotten confused about it. Typically, this doesn't always happen, but what should happen when they're filed, it should have -1. That should be exhibit 1. Okay. But that's why I checked it just to make sure, because it doesn't always play that way. But yeah, you can see with the email, look, CC'd. There's more proof, by the way, of who he's brought into this. Jeremy was looking for proof. There you go. There's more of it, Randy, you scumbag, he says right there. Rule 4.4.4. Respect the rights of third persons. A. In representing a client, a lawyer may not use means that have no substantial purpose other than to embarrass, delay, or burden a third party, or knowingly use methods of obtaining evidence that violate the legal rights of such a person. You better take steps to remove addresses from the public docket in document number 6.
Oh my God.
Yeah, here's the whole paragraph on that. Before you stupidly and insultingly respond, or let your imbecile of a client respond using your email, that my threat of a grievance is in violation of Florida Rule of Professional Conduct 4-3.4G, as I have known since the outset how determined you have been to get me to quote unquote violate it. This threat is not, quote, solely to obtain an advantage in a civil manner. It gains no advantage. There is no requirement for the summons to be filed with party addresses. You did that on purpose to dox our addresses. You are the worst of all the dirtbag lawyers I've ever dealt with.
Can I just say, we have redacted Bruce's subpoenas with addresses on them.
Yeah. Okay. You remember?
Please put up people's addresses without redacting them.
Yeah. Remember? remember
Shut
two
the flock
L's?
up, Bruce.
Remember two L's putting up a police officer's information?
That's right. We
with
had to
all of
redact
that?
all of that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And by the way,
So
again, like we remind you all the time, it is not doxing to show you a public record on a court document that has not been redacted and has addresses on it. We just choose not to do it. But it is not doxing for them to be on the record.
yeah.
It isn't. Because public, as much as we don't like it, our public addresses are actually, or our addresses are actually public because they're in all kinds of databases that a lot of people have access to.
We just
So
try to do it. Again,
we
we do it.
we choose.
Yeah, we do it for our own, of our own volition. Nobody else is forcing us to. Again, it's probably better platform-wise, but at the end of the day, you see people do it all the time. We
Right.
miss them every now and then, by the way. We do miss items,
Yeah,
but we try.
but
you
not
know?
on purpose. But also the court clerk would be the one who would do redacting on documents so the court goes over the documents before they're posted on the whatchamacall, on the docket. So if there's a reason to redact, the clerk will do it. And if the clerk doesn't redact, guess what? It's not protected information.
You notice this too. Oh, look at this shit. He tags them in. He's using his scumbags. If anyone address gets doxxed because of someone getting it from the summonses, I will immediately file a grievance against you. Each of the defendants is BCC'd on this. They can decide what to do on their own behalf. You'll face multiple Rule 11 motions, infectious litigation, lawsuits. In addition, look, he's threatening, I'm going to sue you and sue you and sue you.
Mm-hmm.
This is the guy again. They copyright their little term polymop for someone else while saying we're going to sue and sue and sue and sue and sue. And then the journalists again. These
idiots.
Yes.
This clown show.
Who's Brew? that would have been good. Who's George? Well,
Who's
it would have been
George?
better. I'm waiting for a who's Bruce,
The journalists can ask for your comment if they wish. That's a directive for them to start harassing Randy.
Yeah. Well, and they did.
And this, you are the worst of all the dirtbag lawyers I've ever dealt with. That one right there is going to get him thrown off this case, I bet. I mean, that is egregious.
We'll see. That is very egregious. We will see.
Wait. You missed. Oh wait, no. Go back because there is a footnote coming. Not go back to that one. I mean, go back to the filing. There is a footnote about another case. Wait till you see. Randy has found another case where a person was thrown off his pro hoc vice status because he called the other lawyer a scumbag.
That's amazing.
It's footnote number 2.
Yeah, I see it right there. So Exhibit 1, we just pulled there. This is the exact same derogatory remark made by the respondent in. They give the case here. Respondent approached Brooks in the hallway of the county courthouse and in the presence of at least 4 to 6 other attorneys said very loudly that he had spoken to other...
Go all the way to the bottom of the next page. Oh,
what?
There it is.
Okay, there it is.
He had spoken
to other attorneys
yeah.
and confirmed that Brooks was, quote, underhanded and a scumbag. The referee found that the person's letters, emails, and public insults disparaged and humiliated Brooks. That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. That Norkin case, by the way, I've read that Norkin case. It is wild.
Like polymop. Polymop. All right.
This guy. Okay. Number 2, you are endlessly ridiculous. 2025. Yeah, it should have said ridiculous. By the way, please take note that all of these dates are after the judge's ruling that there was to be no childishness, name calling, disparaging. These are all after that ruling. From Bruce Manskin to R. Shockett. Subject responses to requests 5, 11, and 12. You continue to refuse to explain what you claim is deficient and what better responses mean. And now say you'll do that in a formal letter. You're endlessly ridiculous. You could have explained the first time I asked, and no formal letter changes that you've wasted all this time refusing to respond. Wait, what? You could have explained the first time I asked, and no formal letter changes that you've wasted all this time refusing to respond.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
It's word salad. It doesn't mean it. No,
Oh my
is that a
God.
typo? And no formal letter
You could have
charges?
explained the first time I asked. And no formal letter. No, I don't get it.
I don't even know what that means. We need a footnote number 3, though. There's a footnote.
That's endlessly ridiculous. Come on.
Yes,
You know.
endlessly. So the footnote
Weird.
number 3 is just
it-
exhibit number 3.
Okay,
So
so
you can
it's
go
just
back up.
exhibit. All right.
And then number 3, your conduct is always intended to create issues for motions to generate YouTube content. Polymop. I will ensure your shenanigans result in the appropriate discovery orders. This is from Bruce to Randy. Confer whatnot contract. Counsel, please produce a copy of the whatnot contract. You ignored my offers to maintain confidentiality and then insisted on a joint motion. No motion is needed. Just...
You proposing terms of confidentiality that I can decide to agree to. It's your obligation to seek such a protective order. I have no obligation to participate in a joint motion. You can simply send me the terms of whatever confidentiality order you would seek so I can decide if to agree without the necessity of you filing a motion.
Again, so I can decide if to agree? Where the hell did he learn English? You can wait, go back up a little. I have to read that again. You can simply send me the terms of whatever confidentiality order you would seek so I can decide if to agree? No, wrong, false.
It's all
it should say so I can decide whether to agree or not with the necessity of you filing a motion. This makes no sense. Sorry.
Well, what's terrible is BBB is one of those folks that likes to pretend that they're smarter than everyone. Like for me, I make no qualms about being an idiot a lot of times. It's great. But this guy, he'd flag you down the hallway and he'd point his finger at you and be like, He's done that actually. In filings, he's pointed out, look at this word or that word. And it's fascinating considering the stuff he mails to other people.
God.
If you neither move for an order of protection / confidentiality nor respond here to provide the terms you need me to agree to for maintaining confidentiality, I will move to preclude introduction of the whatnot contract as evidence. I realize your conduct is always intended to create issues for motions to generate YouTube content. Polymop. Again, I hope the judge realizes this bullshit has been put in every motion. Again, they are trying to make this thing something.
Trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah,
Stop it.
They put it on shirts and shit. And
so dumb.
I hope it's the anchor that drags them down. I really do.
I do too.
I will ensure your shenanigans result in the appropriate discovery orders. Best we can. Or Exhibit 4. This was responded to by the undersigned counsel. What we need is an agreed order of confidentiality. This is what we discussed with the magistrate. Thank you for finally clearing up that you wish us to provide the confidentiality agreement. We will do so. Allow a few more days.
By the way, remember when he was telling them he wouldn't sign one. He just wanted a verbal confidentiality agreement. Remember?
Yep. Indeed.
And of course, that would be insane.
Now, though, and look what Randy tells him here, too. He's like, also, you really should stop disparaging opposing parties, attorneys, witnesses, etc. In fact, I urge you to do it. Please stop it. So he straight up was like, hey, you need to stop this. You need to stop. And especially, I mean, what amazes me, the attorney thing is bad enough. The litigant thing is bad.
And the witnesses.
The witnesses is really way beyond. I mean, what they did, again, What is witness intimidation, if not what we saw pointed at Shara?
Oh my God. Totally.
I mean, the stuff they did threatening her. Holy
terrible.
crap. The stuff she dealt with. I feel awful for her.
Threats to her son. I mean, just craziness. It was a straight up hate campaign against her.
It was. It was.
It was. Number 4, Polyflop from Bruce on Wednesday, February 5th to our Shockit.
Was
All
that
it
just
is
his whole
just-
mail?
Yep, the whole message is just all caps, Polyflop.
That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous, son.
And then we have a footnote, number 5, that says
Exhibit 5.
Exhibit 5. Okay, boring.
We'll look at all
Boring.
the exhibits too.
Oh,
I just
boy.
wanted to say, oh my, oh my,
Oh my.
oh my.
Oh God, here we go. I don't think I can say this word, so we'll go with adopting the eggplant emoji rooster. The rooster emoji, but it's an eggplant. Our shock. Okay, this is from Bruce. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, from
This starts
Randy to Bruce on February 6th. Counsel, I strongly once again urge you to cease from making derogatory remarks towards opposing counsel, witnesses, and parties. Okay. Then we have footnote 6. The aubergine or eggplant emoji is commonly used to represent a weenus in schmexting conversations. This usage has been noted to be common, particularly in the United States as well as in Canada.
Adopting the wings. Though.
And then we have...
Oh, no.
Now we have the eggplant email.
Mr.
So now this is from Bruce to Dickie Lickman, paint chips. From Bruce, but he's copied Randy.
Everybody, yes.
And everybody, including some random rabbi.
Yeah. This guy, by the way, found out about this. So this is interesting. You know, somebody they tried to weaponize. Apparently, they have a lot of background history with this person. In fact, if you go back, all the cases that person's been involved in, yeah, there was one party that wanted to go out there and cover it and felt like a little quid pro quo when they decided to go after Mr. Hales.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness. Who was reading? Where are you?
You.
Okay. I forgot.
I think. I don't know.
Right.
Was it you or me?
Chad, who was reading last time?
We don't remember.
I really don't remember. Oh, it was you because you said something. You were trying to figure out how to address
Okay.
the rooster.
Dear Mr. Paint Chips, may I suggest another question for you to include for Attorney Shockett to respond to? What due diligence did you perform before submitting your client's perjured affidavit alleging the defendants made online statements calling him a child you-know-what in order to influence exercise of federal jurisdiction? The attached affidavit, paragraph 19, contains the perjury. The judge explicitly cited it in denying a 12B1 motion to dismiss, exercising federal jurisdiction based on the minimum amount in controversy and reliance on the perjury.
Whoa,
so 3 times. Man. 3 times he's accused him of perjury.
So he went to
Paint Chips, yes.
To Paint Chips and said, this is what I want you to do. You know, the guy that he says over and over again that he's not directing, by the way.
What's interesting, though, too, Tug, to understand about this is the next email we're going to read is the one that was sent first, and this is the reply to it. We probably should have read them in that order because Paint Chips wrote this first and copied Bruce and everybody. Then Bruce responded, copying Randy and everybody, saying, wait, you need to ask him more questions, which means he read the questions that he did ask, and he was fine with all of them. Okay, that's important. So here's the one that he wrote first. Attorney Shockett, I have a couple of press questions about you. I've never said press questions in my life, by the way. That is not a journalist phrase. A couple of press questions?
Question.
That's not even a thing. That is stop trying to make that a thing, because that's also not a thing, and that makes you look like an amateur dumbass. You don't say, I
Wow.
have a couple of
Doesn't
press questions.
That's what makes them look like amateur domestics.
Well, it's one of the things. I'll put it that way, to me anyway, because I'm the only one here who's experienced with actual journalism out of this group of idiots. But here's what I would say when I have a press inquiry. It goes in the subject line, press inquiry.
Yeah.
And then in the body of it, it says, I have a few questions.
Yeah.
Not press questions. What is this? It's like, I have some waffle questions. I have some pancake questions. I have some. Why would you say press questions?
Press questions. Maybe they're
What an
flat
idiot.
questions. They're pressed questions, like shirts. You know, you get them pressed.
Like pressed. Yes, I've pressed them. I have a couple of press questions. Oh my God. You know what I need for this? You know what I need? You know what we need right here?
Vodka.
No. Press
I think the perfect
questions.
thing for these folks would be a cross between that and the snake chorus. If
And
you could blend those, if you could blend those together, you know, if it were like snakes making that sound.
Have you discussed, number one, have you discussed the harmful anti-Semitic statements that Mr. Hales continues to make, including Deuce Foreskin, slights about Attorney Matskin's nose? Oh no. And brazen suggestions that Matskin should find Jesus?
This pisses me off. Like, you know.
I know.
So any other religion, if somebody talks about their religion and you're not that, then it's somehow an attack on your enter buzzword. I mean, it's so bizarre. Like if somebody tells me, you know, I should adopt their beliefs, that I don't take that as a bad thing. Many people mean that in a
good way.
They're trying to save my
thing.
soul, you know, whether I believe it or not. They are trying to do me a solid, you know.
Yep, agreed. Number two, have you tried to counsel Mr. Hales against hate? What is he, a psychologist now? Rabbi Belinsky is copied here too, in case you need additional resources.
I guess where he targeted a Jewish person. Remember, we saw.
Oh yeah, did he get counseled? I wonder if he got counseling for that when he called
maybe that
someone
made
a
him an
J-rat.
expert at it. Maybe that made him an expert.
Oh, maybe. But I mean, he's asking Randy to be a counselor. Have you counseled? He's asking him to be like a psych counselor. That's not his job. He's not qualified for that. Rabbi Belinsky is copied here too, in case you need additional resources to combat anti-Semitism.
Hey, I can read the blacked out stuff here.
Oh yeah, I can't. What does it say? Is your client accepting the
generous settlement offer put forward by Preston and Cook?
They offered a settlement?
Remember the one they mailed publicly?
That wasn't generous.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about, though.
Well, he's completely described that completely wrong. That was not generous.
Yeah, well, look at the moron citing it. I mean,
true.
Exactly.
Explain to me how putting forward a settlement offer to end litigation in federal court
can violate a state protective order in a faraway state. Did you sleep through law school when they taught about communications made to express legal purposes of supremacy clause? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to get where your client is coming from. Does your client need this case to continue because he couldn't produce interesting content otherwise? How is your client remunerating Megan Fox, Tug, and the rest of his YouTube echo chamber? Is it money, traffic, clicks, or a combination of something else? Garden vegetables. Oh, gross person. So
gross.
Yeah, so that's fascinating. It's fascinating that he joins in this bullshit.
He instead of like distancing himself from this obvious, disgusting email, he communicates with this guy and tells him to ask more, harass him more.
Yeah, he's down with it. He's totally down with it. Could you imagine? That's just crazy, isn't it?
It's obscene. And I
But
can't
then again,
believe
look
that
at
the
who you're
chat. I
dealing
can't
with.
believe the chat is not overflowing with eggplant emojis right now. I'm disappointed in you, chat. I was expecting waterfalls of emojis, eggplant emojis, and I'm not seeing any of them. I can't believe it. You're falling down on the job, really.
Calling his opposing counsel clownsel. Now that is funny, a word though, but you shouldn't be calling the opposing counsel clownsel.
That is funny, but yeah,
yeah, it should be a W.
That might be
though.
the first funny thing he's ever said.
I think that is. Oh my gosh, we have witnessed a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. Today the skies have parted.
Pigs have flown. Dogs grew wings. Hell froze over. Bruce told a funny joke.
What's up, kiddo? I got a raider here. What's up, kiddo? What you doing?
Good.
You're good? No. Are you ready to do some stuff tomorrow?
Yeah, like we have to go to the mall and see if the candy shop is open at the mall. If it's not open.
Yeah, of course we got to look at the candy shop. Of course, I know that. That's part of it.
Yeah, I love candy.
You do?
Yeah, if they have something seriously, I will actually buy it. I don't care what flavor it is.
You don't care? You're just going to buy any candy you see? You love it that much?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
How
That's
much
pretty
money
good.
did I get for last day?
How much money did you get? A bunch. So, hey, but you got to go get you some rest.
How many? Like, put your fingers up. Like, how many?
This many. Isn't that a bunch? That's a bunch of fingers. Okay, but you got to go get rest, okay? So, go get settled in, okay? All right, you got to be rested up so we can see the candy tomorrow. Otherwise, if you're too tired, we can't go. So
I can be tired if I'm awake, but tired if I'm asleep.
all right, well, go get some sleep then, and then you'll be wide awake tomorrow. Man. Dream about candy shops, okay? All right, love you.
One of the mods just told me that the eggplants are being blocked by YouTube. That's why we don't see any, but they're in there. Like there's tons of them, but they're being blocked.
Yeah, I see them holding them. Yeah, I can see that.
The mods are trying to okay them. I didn't realize why would YouTube? Why would they do that? It's just an eggplant.
Yeah, because they know what. See, that's the thing. They know what it means too. You know,
yeah.
So obviously, BBB, he should know because
even YouTube knows. Yeah. Oh my gosh!
I mean, even YouTube knows that. There you go. That's a statement. Even YouTube knows.
If YouTube is blocking it from the chats, maybe you shouldn't put it in your email to counsel. I'm just saying, when you're a lawyer, maybe you shouldn't use that. Wow,
that's so funny. Man, I tell you, this case is so nuts. Some of these we have not seen before. You know that I think that's one thing that we should stress. We have not seen a few of these.
Nope.
So calling his opposing counsel clownsel. That is, like I said, that is kind of funny. Dear, look at
so that. This is to Randy copying Doreen your new lawsuit. So from Bruce to Randy, dear clownsel. Although if he really wanted to be funny, he should have spelled it CLOW.
Yeah. Well, you know, that is funny,
I bet he's going to say it was a typo.
Sure. He's going to play that game. But you can tell as nasty and the way that he is. Good luck with that. Again.
And look at this. I assume you have no malpractice carrier in light of your background.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's calling him a clown. There's going to be no denying it.
And a criminal. And a criminal, because he's saying no malpractice carrier would take you because of your background. Yeah,
he's calling him a clown there. So again, judge, they've been very clear about what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to be doing. But Lord,
I'm telling you, if this judge doesn't hold him accountable to his own words, to his own order, I'm going to be nothing but completely hypercritical of him going forward. And I'll embarrass him. I don't give a shit. He would deserve it if he doesn't actually respond in the way he said that he was going to this. This is outrageous. This is egregious behavior.
Yeah. See, that's not you embarrassing anybody, though. That's you pointing out his fucking standard.
Yeah, he will have embarrassed himself if he does nothing about this.
Yep. Because they said that is the standard for my courtroom. This is what I hold you all to. So you expect that, you know?
Yep, you do. You expect a judge to be serious and take seriously the orders that they make. And I guess we will see. So But if you do, then I recommend you place them on notice and invite them to contact me through their counsel.
Another
That's
threat.
basically, I'm going to sue you
Yeah, another
for
threat.
malpractice.
Uh-huh.
While there are other examples, these suffice for the purposes of this motion. Mr. Manskin's emails evince bad faith in his conduct toward opposing counsel and the opposing party. They fly in the face of and were all sent after this court's order warning of severe sanctions, document 43. The emails are saturated with invective directed at opposing counsel. True, 100% true.
Yes.
There is a great many other examples of Mr. Manskin's public broadcasts which are of similar nature should the court request those.
Oh, yeah. Yes, there are many, many examples of this.
While passionate and zealous advocacy may be one thing, Mr. Manskin's emails cross the line into sanctionable misconduct. The emails are evidence of bad faith, justifying the revocation of his pro hoc vice status.
Ooh.
This footnote is really good. The undersigned is fully aware and cognizant that this court has previously characterized a statement he made, which may have been taken out of context, because the context was asking attorneys to stipulate to a prior restraint of his client's free speech. You have to go all the way down to this.
I'm rolling.
Yep. To his client's rights
Right. There we
under
go.
the Constitution. You want to finish it?
Yeah, rights the United States Constitution. The suggestion was made multiple times over the email string and by phone. Each time it was correctly and properly rejected out of hand. Attorneys are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. This is what was meant by lacking basis in all jurisprudence. Wow, that's
Yeah,
excellent.
and
Very
it
good.
wasn't unprofessional. When you read it in context, it is
Mhm.
not unprofessional to tell him there is no chance in hell that I'm going to violate the U.S. Constitution.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to take away his. You can't make
You
me.
can't
do
take
this.
away his First Amendment rights.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go down to the next page. This one's yours.
Yeah. Well, this is just the where.
Oh, right. They're just the
Yeah.
Well,
let's
okay,
at
but
that.
look at this. Look at it though, because look what it says.
Plaintiff hereby requests the court issue sanctions against Mr. Manskin, praying that these sanctions will not be light. Indeed, quoting the judge there, will not be light, and that they include revocation of his pro hoc. His pro
that's my
hack
phone,
vice.
sorry.
That's what we needed in this. I don't like calling him a pro hoc VJ. I like calling him a pro hack
Pro
vice.
advice.
Yeah, pro hack vice, monetary penalties, judicial default, dismissal of the counterclaims, and disciplinary proceedings.
Look at how he put will not be light in quotation marks. He's quoting the judge
Mhm.
again
Yeah,
because the judge said the sanctions that he would bring will not be light. So Randy is again reminding him that you said you were going to do this and you said it wouldn't be light. So now the ball is in your court, sir.
and the judge again, like reflecting back, just a note on this, and we'll look at the other items that are attached to this in just a second. But looking back, he was like, "Hey, you got 5 business days to respond to this."
There might be a hearing on it.
Ooh,
He might call
baby.
for a hearing. And if he does call for a hearing, I will do my very best to get a camera in the courtroom if it is allowed. Sometimes federal court will allow it in. So it just,
Yeah,
we'll
every
have to
now
have
and then.
somebody put in a request, but we'll definitely try if there's a hearing.
Every now and then you have to say that's fascinating. I mean, for the judge to be like, "Yo," that's interesting. Again, I'm not going to say everything there it means or doesn't mean something, but we'll find out. And here, let's look at some of these attachments here. So this right here was about response to request 5, 11, and 12. So we can see exactly what this stuff is about, Yeah.
Yep.
You can look at what's being responded to as well. I mean, good Lord, You continue to refuse to explain what you claim is deficient and what better response mean, and now say you'll do that in a formal letter. You're endlessly ridiculous. You could have explained the first time I asked, and no formal letter changes that you waste. That's all that freaking that
word salad.
soup.
Yeah.
Counsel, I assume you've read the order today denying your motion. Your second response is insufficient. As I've said all along, your boilerplate objections failed, so please respond to the other remaining requests. Your attempts to renew any objections are inadequate and inappropriate at this point per the order of today. If you have no responsive documents other than what you have produced, remaining request, I ask that you respond as you did for a request on 5, 11, and 12. However, if you're saying you don't have your own legal services agreement available, that's going to be a problem. I suggest you take a reasonable amount of time to do a diligent search with your clients participating. If something was available and it's now deleted pursuant to the request instructions, you must say so. We already have proof of her deleting her entire Facebook group, for example. I'm trying to narrow the issues here.
This letter is so professional. I'm falling asleep.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
it's so
good.
professional and boring that I'm falling asleep.
Mhm.
You can't fall asleep during Bruce's emails
No.
because he's calling everybody names. It's
Not just
unbelievable.
that, he was giving him like advice. He was like, "Look, your boilerplate objections. I told you this was not going to be good. I kept telling you this. I've said it all along. That's not.
He's trying to help him.
Yeah, it's crazy there, you know. But you'll be receiving next week a formal deficiency letter. If we can't get this resolved, this is protect everyone, and because you've been avoiding phone calls on the subject for almost 10 days. Wow, that's fascinating too. He's been avoiding phone call. The guy who says that Randy refuses to have phone conferences has been avoiding phone calls for a 10-day, 2 business freaking weeks. Huh. That's really interesting.
Isn't he always accusing Randy of not responding in a proper amount of time?
Yeah, he's saying like he wouldn't he wouldn't have phone conferences, he wouldn't sit down and do other ones, and yet in their emails, I mean, you see it's interesting to see what has been given to the court, what has been stated versus what is being stated when you look at this other stuff. So we have the polymop one. Let's see, that is this one. There's the statement there. So this was about the whatnot contract.
Oh, yeah.
So, counsel, please produce a copy of the whatnot contract. You've ignored my offers to maintain confidentiality, then insist on a joint motion. No motion is needed, just you proposing terms of confidentiality that I can decide to agree to. It's your obligation.
Without signing anything. Okay, sure.
Forget that, you know? Forget that. You have your obligation to seek such a protective order. I have no obligation to participate in a joint motion. You can simply send me the terms of whatever confidentiality order you would seek so I can decide if to agree without the necessity of you filing a motion. If you neither move for an order of protection, confidentiality, nor respond here to provide the terms you need me to agree to for maintaining confidentiality, I will move to preclude the introduction of whatnot contract as evidence. I realize your conduct is always intended to create issues for motions to generate YouTube content polymops.
Oh, God.
God, what a weirdo,
I'm so exhausted by him.
It's ridiculous. I'm tired of him trying to make this stupid phrase something.
It's not sticking, Bruce. It's not going to work.
Okay, so we have 4. This is his polymop just response. So we have counsel, I once again urge you to cease making derogatory remarks to opposing counsel, witnesses, and parties. And we have
polymop.
Polyflop.
This was after
the
Randy responded with, "We disagree. Your offer is also rejected."
Okay, so
polyflop.
He's a polyflop. This is weird, man.
It's
so weird. So this is so bizarre. All of it's so bizarre. Yeah. So it started out with that. It was, we disagree, your offer's objective. We reject your offer.
Then
And
it
he's
was
like,
pile them up.
yeah, that's all. I mean, it's
And then
ridiculous.
counsel, I'm telling you
He's
to
like,
stop doing
yo,
this.
yeah, stop acting like a fool, man.
Stop acting like a crazed maniac or some kind of 5-year-old having a tantrum. It's hard to tell the difference.
We have then we have I think it's the exact same thing, pretty much everything in it. I'm gonna pull it, but still, I think it's a lot of it's there. You know, it's funny. They did call it press inquiry, and then they're press questions anyway.
My God.
Yeah, so that was it was pretty much everything that we saw. It included almost everything in there, you know.
Perfect.
And then, yeah, I can't believe though he decided that he was going to coach them on what to put in there. May I suggest, this is the guy as you're raising money for, by the way. You're not suggesting, you're telling them what to do. And you're making sure to do that to Randy, which is jacked up, man. Oh,
That's
what
crazy.
a day. What a day, man.
It's been absolutely wild. I actually am going to have to jump because my little
good.
one woke up with a fever, and I have to make sure I go check on him
Oh, you're
and
good. I
make
got
sure that he doesn't need anything. But when you guys are finished here, make sure you head over to my channel if you haven't already seen the shortened video that I did about the content today about these filings. Go and give that a click and listen to that. Since I'm going on vacation on Saturday, I have planned several videos like that to post every day while I'm gone. I'm still working on them. I'm going to finish them up tomorrow. I've got one queued up for tomorrow, though, for tomorrow around noon. That's going to be dropping. It's about Dave Neal and his new coverage of the Blake Lively. The Blake Lively thing, which has landed him in hot water with none other than Taylor Lorenz.
That's right. Taylor Lorenz talking about how he is now right wing.
Yeah, Dave has joined MAGA. I don't know if you know this, but Dave
it was
Neal
so
is now
bizarre.
MAGA.
That was so bizarre.
I'm just kidding. It's
Yeah.
not true. But
No,
it is
but
hilarious.
that's what she said about him, though.
That's what she said
That's
is correct.
what she said.
That's what she said.
Right.
So and that video is going to be very entertaining. And those of you who don't, who are not caught up on the Blake Lively thing, you'll still understand it. So because it's hilarious. It's just it's evidence of what the media does when you don't carry their water, when you don't support the Me Too movement, if you just want to believe evidence instead of believing, instead of just believing women and you look to the evidence, they're going to smear you in the press. And that's what they're trying to do to Dave. And again,
right.
I will not allow it because I love Dave. I will not allow this to happen to him. So everybody go check that out at noon tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye, Doug.
Yeah, everybody check that video out that was posted today. It was a really good video too. If you have checked it out, check it out again. Be fun there. You'll enjoy it. Let's go over some super chats today. Also, thank you all for being here. We had 4,000 listening to that. I mean, this is a serious issue. And again, with the judge sounding off and telling you, you gotta give us something in one business week. That's big time. And there's no misinterpretation, no misdirection in what's put there. I mean, you see exactly what BBB's done. And that's just the tip of the proverbial iceberg. I mean, if you want to get down to what he's been doing, going on channels and more, it's pretty bad. If he does run into problems, though, well, maybe he too can get his certificate. maybe he can perform weddings as well. Woohoo, baby. I love it. Oh, I love it. Let's read some super chats today. All right, here we go. Rebel Bird kicked it off. $5 super sticker. What's up, Rebel, by the way? Appreciate you. Good to see you. Love to you. Love to the Mons. By the way, Mary, I saw that you, you know who I'm talking about, Mary? We got you sorted out Appreciate you too. Thank you, Rebel. Appreciate you out there. Cat, what's up, Cat? How you doing? Thank you for the gifted membership. Love those. Like I said, all these gifted memberships are awesome, man. Makes everybody just feel at home. I love it. Thank you, Cat. MSPJ, thanks for the 5 there. Hugs for Tug and Megan. Love you. Hey, love returned, and thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Man, I'm feeling good today, by the way. Oh, I've been drinking lots of water. I'm surprised I haven't exploded. I'm staying hydrated. Whew, man. Ball Python King. What's up, man? Like I said, I always love freaking name there. Dropping 5 gifted memberships. Thank you for that, dude. Appreciate it. Love it. Cat, I dropped another gifted membership too. Thank you again, Kat. That is amazing. Like I said, I love those. I have my favorites. I always love that name there. Thank you for gifted membership as well. Thank you. I have my favorites. Fallen Hero. What's up, Fallen Hero? Hope you're doing good today. Thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. Soupy Sue. Thank you for the 5 there. Much love. Thanks for all you do. Well, hey, appreciate you being here. Appreciate all of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Linda, thanks for the 30 there for medical help. Well, thank you for that, Linda. I appreciate it for sure. Been arguing most of the day with insurance. That was a lot of fun, they're like, yeah, we're not going to pay for X, Y, and Z. I was like, yeah, you are. That's why I pay you lots of money. You will do that. Dorinda Finch, thanks for the 5 months. Thank you for the laughs. Well, thank you for being here and having fun with it. Laugh. Appreciate you. Death's Angel, thanks for the 2. Love and hugs to everyone. Hey, by the way, Death's Angel, welcome with the wrenches too. Got you a wrench as well. Don't hit people too hard with it. Appreciate you though. Melody, thanks for the 3 months. 3 months already. Wow, great job, guys. Indeed, appreciate that. 3 months there. Yeah, time flies when you're laughing at stupid people, right? Max Lab, thanks for the 2. What's up, Tug and Megan? Another great document day. Indeed. Props to Max Lab too. Max Lab has been getting a tremendous amount of hate from people attached to the ecosystem, and it is absolutely insane. They are coming up. Max Lab has been effective lately and pulling up stuff. I mean, you're talking about somebody here that is helping information find. Hasn't really been giving opinion, just finding factual information. They hate that enough. They have just out and out targeted Max Lab. So love to Max Lab there. This is nuts, man. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 2. The Lug and Bug cartel funding. Indeed, man. The $5 million cartel fund. I will never forget that. That's hilarious, man. Death's Angel, thank you for the 5 gifted membership too. Thank you, Death's Angel. Appreciate that. Wendy Bono dropped 5 as well. I mean, like I said, they're stacking up there, and I don't mean to skip them fast either, because they are probably my favorite feature, so people drop gifted memberships. That is much appreciated. Leah Teal, thanks for the gifted membership. I'll get it right in a second. The gifted membership as well. Thank you for that. Like I said, I love those. Thank you. Hippie Witch, thank you for the 10 there. There's not a statement, but as I say always, it is a statement and back in the channel. Thank you for that. Tricky Nicky, I like that name. Thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome, Doug's Thugs. Thank you for that. Appreciate that there. I like that name. It's fun. Rosalind, thanks for the 5. My 10 year is coming up. There you go. Again, need a minister? Man. Ever thought about having a masked man do your ceremonies? I'm just saying right there. And again, notice that's the copy of original. You may think I'm joking, but that is, and to make it fair too, I have filed one like this, but I also have one filed under my actual name. So just to make that note, if you're like, oh no, I Got it. I got both of them, so good to go there. SF, thanks for the 2. Father Tug sounds so wrong. Yes, it sounds very bad, actually. You are very right in that, SF. Best Grandma, thanks for the 5. How about our 50th vow renewal in 2 years? Hey, I'm game if you are. I'm game if you are. I think that would be hilarious and fun. It's a, and again, when I say hilarious, I think it would be fun, Again, not to deride or despair. I think it would be an awesome thing because again, you can have the state do it for you, or you can have something fun and meaningful. I love the idea. Elena, thanks for the 2. My son is getting married soon. There you go. What a present. Bam. By the way. Your guests would be like, what the what now? Misbehaving, what's up? Thanks for the 2. That umbrella father. You are tough. Tough. That's funny. That is hilarious. I like it. Allie, thanks for the 5 there. Can I move my wedding from Gainesville to Gainesville? And Megan did check out her email. So thank you for that. Crystal, thanks for the 2. Your pastor, father, reverend, or I guess that would just be reverend, I suppose. I guess that's how that works. I mean, when you get ordained like that, I guess that's how it works. It's so, again, it is insanely easy to do. Just a note. All right. So anyone out there that thinks, oh man, I got to do a lot for no, you do not. You do not at all. Now, again, I make no comment about, I am not promoting anyone's or disparaging anyone's beliefs in that. Again, the state marries people. So that's the way it would be. It'd be just better than the state. Deja vu, trial 2. Thanks for the 10. Gainesville or not Gainesville? Is that like to be or not to be? To be or to be? More like. I love it. Tie Stick. What's up, Tie Stick, man? How you doing there? Thanks for that membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for membership. Welcome to Tugs. Thank you. We got 93 super chats tonight. We are 7 off of 100. That is wild. Thank you all. I didn't realize there were so many. I'm leaving that certificate up. I love it. I love it. Terry, thanks for the 5 there. It'll be our 45th wedding anniversary. Will you marry us again, Tug? What a good time that would be. Indeed, that would be a lot of fun. I really do think that would be fun, wouldn't it? Jada, thanks for the 3 months. Get Bug and Lug, be flower girls. Man, Bug, oh Lord, I would not be responsible for. She would say some cute and fun things, but my Lord, there is no telling. She would be off the chain. Just to tell you, she'd be very cute. You'd be like, oh, but she'd be running around, and I cannot guarantee what they would or would not say. You might hear about again cartel funding or Lord knows what. So. Small talk, I have no idea what we come up. Die Stick, thanks for the 5. Roadside Chapel Tongue. Walk-ins, welcome. 10-minute ceremony with live stream. Indeed, live stream free, baby. That's so good. Theresa, thanks for the 20 there. Oh, I have my own bad neighbor. Oh no. They built house an empty lot next to us. Morons then built a retaining wall right on the property line. So water pools in a yard and near our house. Hopefully city hall. That's awful there. That is awful. It's terrible to deal with awful neighbors. It really is. I hate that for you. I really do. Because when you have a good neighbor, quiet neighbors, it's so easy to forget how valuable they are until you have terrible. I've had some terrible neighbors. When I was in college, I rented the cheap apartments. You have college housing, then you have college apartments, where everyone eats that up. And then you have the cheaper housing. And a lot of time the cheaper housing around it, it's not usually that good. You know what I mean? It's like not safe. So I've ended up with some pretty awful neighbors a few times. Yeah, I was like, oh no. So I hear you there. Elephant, thanks to the 2. Fainting goats, dream wedding. Indeed. Indeed. No wedding is complete without fainting goats. Emma, thanks to 2. I want to join the pickle cult. Well, you're here again, being part of Pick You, because we pick you. You are part of it. You're good to go. Isn't it? That is it. Actually, that started off making. At first, we were laughing at all of the things like, you know, the who is it? The Tate brothers. You know, they run that stuff online where they're like, oh, we're going to teach you how to become part of whatever they call that, their online, their grift. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like, man, you know, we could have an online university and we could actually make it something that it's rewarding. So Pickle You, you're part of it. Terry, thanks for 2. You're married. You're not married. Indeed. You know, my wedding fell down. My wedding did not fall down. Indeed. Misbehaving. Drop that pickle. Indeed. That's perfect. That is perfect. You need a jar of them. When you get them together, when you get pickles in a jar, that's a pickle. Thanks for that. I love it. Mama Cat, thanks for the 10. My sister-in-law makes pins, and her name is Susan. I now have to ask her if she secretly watches you too. Indeed, wouldn't that be hilarious if that was indeed the case? I love this pin. That pin was amazing, by the way. I love it. You did a great job with that. Great job. Ellie. Elephant. I love the name. I almost said Ellie, but I was like, no, I need to say the whole name. Thanks for the 2. Oh my God, fainting goats in a rap song. Oh my God. I know. I know. Can you imagine? What a show. Wouldn't that be amazing? Get your own song. George, thanks for the 2. Are there any benefits with license? Yeah, I wish it came with benefits. You know. Lawanda, thanks for the 2. Show and tell 9 chords. Man, you know, by the way, what did y'all think about the filing tonight? Wasn't that crazy? Did y'all enjoy that? Because I did. I really did enjoy it. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I don't have a lot of faith in the court to do what they should do. We'll see, you know. And I'm not saying that about this particular court. I don't mean that as a derogatory thing toward this court. I mean that towards any court. I don't have a lot of faith in courts doing the thing that they should. But one thing that did make me think, well, maybe, is the judge putting a timer on it and saying, yo, I want this done and I want it done fast. Because typically a judge, they have to give you what, 2-3 times that? I mean, they speed it up. I'm setting a redirect, by the way. I'm going to redirect you to Shizzy tonight. So I was setting that up while I was talking. Baron Imber, thanks for the 5 there. Do it right and start your pickle cult in Boulder. Indeed. If you're going to do it right. Indeed. Thanks for the 5. And my bad neighbors, the retaining wall, also let their dog out. They poop on it. I hate that. I cannot tell you how much I hate that. It's so awful. Oh, I hate it for you. I am sorry that you deal with that. Again, the value of good neighbors, it goes up exponentially when you see bad ones. Heather, thanks for the 10 there. Watching 2Ls for the first time. I got gifted a membership. Oh, no, just checking it out. I just read a list of what Jeremy talked about live. They are negative and mean. You guys are the best. Keep it up. Yeah, I mean, it's so bizarre. Watch it. You know, the flip out that the ecosystem, especially specific people in the ecosystem, had, because I talk about David the donor and the $56,000 instead of making good with that guy. By the way, apparently they promised to give the money back and then they didn't. Only me, David the donor, mentioned that in one of the other statements. He noted what live stream it was on. They were going to refund him, and then suddenly they're not going to refund him anymore. Suddenly now it's inconvenient. They keep saying they have the money, though. They didn't spend it all, but they're not giving it back. That's strange, isn't it? Huh. Like I said, I really think he should report it. He should report it to PayPal for sure. And they were like, they're going to expose him and stuff. Ugh. Anyway, that'll be a topic for another day for sure. Ryder Chick, thanks for the 5 there. Candy Fun, Breadstick Money. You both are amazing. I look forward to watching you every night. Love you both. Tug, check your email. I'll send an update. I will look at that for sure. And again, appreciate it. And I hope everything is going good. I will check that out for sure. Check it out right when I finish up here. I have my favorites. Thanks for the 10. Oh my God, Tug. The chat is now trying to find that new special someone for you to marry. Very entertaining. I know. You never know. I mean, the chat. We can have a ceremony. We'll bust it up. Green Veggie Beast. Thanks for the 10. I am George. Yes, we are George. Somebody was noting the Fight Club thing, you know. His name was Robert. It's the same thing there for sure. Thanks for the 2. George of the jungle. Indeed. I think it's hilarious they didn't know who that was. Isn't that beautiful? Death's Angel. Got that in there, by the way. Appreciate you. Crystal Love. What's up, Crystal Love? 30 months there. Oh my God. I almost want to get a divorce just so I can have Tug remarry. And it does sound amazing. Again, we could renew your vows. It'd be a lot easier though. Carol, thanks for the 5. I think these criminals are looking for that big payday. Yeah, I think there are people out there that definitely think they could have gone to the Jeremy Hills gravy train. You know, I think some people thought he would be an easy payday. That's my opinion on it. I think everything points to go on that, but didn't work out that way. Dan Davis, thanks for that. George of the jungle. Watch out for that. So no, I love that ending. Oh, didn't see that one coming. Well, you would see that one coming, wouldn't you? What's up, 2012, man? Thanks for the 2. Jeff didn't get his outcomes. He explained. Yeah, indeed. Jeff was a great freaking lawyer and a good friend. That's what I really liked about Jeff. He was a good guy. He was a good friend. Hey, thanks for the 100 there. Man, that's awesome, by the way. Thank you. Listen to y'all while watching Whatnot. Like I said, multitasking. That is the mark of genius. That's what I do. I multitask as much as possible. I love doing that. Sassy J in the UK. I love that name too. Names that rhyme really get to me. I love it. Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Sassy. I love that too. I love them. Thank you. 2012. Thanks for the 2. Tug. Why are they called 2L? That's the worst. Why are they called 2L? Because they're the 2 Lees, and Shara started calling them 2L. You know, like 2 L's. So it's kind of stuck there. It's an easy one to say as well. There have been many nicknames, but I like that one. I think it sticks very easily. Allie, thanks for the 2. Did you see the new website? I don't know about the new website still. So mail me about that. I'm curious about it. Purple Fan, thanks for the 5. Is it possible that the judge is being extra lenient with BBB to prevent claims? That's possible for a mistrial or an appeal. And eventually, it's possible. The thing is, though, when a judge steps up and says, "I will not tolerate this. I won't tolerate X, Y, or Z in this courtroom," and then you have this over and over again, that's a real problem. You know, I mean, there are multiple examples of it's not just going after Randy again. Like the filing said, the litigants going after. Can you imagine? See, we don't see Randy out here doing all of this insanity. But we do see opposing. In fact, not only that, recruiting and more. Man, it's just insanity. It feels like I've stepped in some alternate world. SF, thanks for the 5. Do you think it's possible that the judge forgot about Whatnot motion? It got lost in a pile of motions. I think that the judge knows it's there. I think the judge is trying to figure out what to do with that. You know, there's also other emotions that are in. It's a lot of mess. You know, there's a lot of mess back there, but I don't think the judge has forgotten it. But yeah, it's taken a while to get that, and there's other stuff that's on back burner too. There's quite a bit. Some stuff though, it jumps to the front of the line. That's what with the Randy motion jumping to the front of the line like it did, and the judge again saying, "Yo, you better answer this. You better answer it quickly." He's saying, "I'm not tolerating this garbage." That's something. 2012. Thanks for the 2. This is the Fox and the Hound show, y'all. The Fox and the Hound. That's funny. That is actually pretty funny. I like that. I like it. Give me 1 second. Let's see. We also have JB. JB? Okay. Janice, I see what you said there. Said that saying name was okay. Thank you for the 10 there. Thank you, Janice. I appreciate that. Sent love you. Hey, love returned. Thank you, too. That is awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you. Also have Death's Angel sent hugs and loves. Sent 10 through Venmo, too. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm making sure I hit everything in here. Like I said, I appreciate you all. You all have been overwhelmingly supportive of the show. Showing up again, there were 4,000 people plus for today. That's amazing. Green Veggie Bees, thanks for the 10. Is it possible the judge? Oh, it's not responding. Well, the judge is not responding. Is more of a judge giving monkey enough rope. I mean. I feel like the judge, this is my own opinion, okay? I think the judge has been, extra lenient, though. Like, the judge, to me, has treated BBB like a pro se litigant. You know, if you don't understand what I mean by that, if you watch somebody that goes in and they decide to represent themselves, you watch how judges treat them. They treat them like they're idiots, and they are idiots. I mean, you know, it's bad when you go in and represent yourself. You should never do that. And the judges, they treat you with kid gloves. They would never let a lawyer do some of the things that a pro se litigant gets away with. Well, BBB feels like that. And it's a bizarre thing. At first, I mean, some of the filings and calling out the judge saying, basically, "Judge, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong." Judges don't typically tolerate this type of behavior. It's very rare to see a judge tolerate the amount of garbage we've seen, but we'll see what happens with this. You know, again, maybe the judge, I felt like the judge also had gotten this idea because BBB has lied. I mean, absolutely lied about context with some of the things he's put out there. He's lied about like phone calls. Like, oh, they're not, he won't do any phone, including this. When you find out he did, I mean, he's lied to the judge. So that'll give the judge a certain mindset too. I think this goes a long way in correcting that mindset. Vu trial too. Thanks for the 50 there. Thank you for that. Enjoy you both so much. Been following this for 2 years. I feel for Jeremy and George. Indeed. You know, this has been going on for quite some time. What's bad about this too is it's in that weird gray area where it's interesting to a degree to an outside audience, but we're not talking about celebrities here. See, a celebrity, and what I mean by that is this: people will do maybe a video or two on a subject like this, but most people will not follow through and show you how crazy this is and do their due diligence. You know, it takes a lot. Like you said, you've been following this for years. And it takes a long time for it to develop. You see how long these cases take. Most people won't give it the time it deserves. And, you know, it shouldn't be like Jeremy and George should not be out there covering this on their own. Like, that sucks. If you're dealing with something like that, you know, nobody should have to deal with situations like this anyway. But them, I mean, we're watching their business real time under siege. People have built an entire ecosystem to take it down. It is the craziest shit we've ever seen. And I'm glad there are people that continue to follow and keep up with how insane it is. Elephant, things of the vibe. I looked up court documents almost daily. Indeed, it's not something super secret or even private. People need smarter about that. What it is they tell these morons out there, they create conspiracy. They're either the stupidest people in the world, and that's possibly the case, or they create conspiracy out of nothing because they have nothing else to talk about. They always have to create bad guys. They have to create this conspiracy where Jeremy Hale somehow does something devious. It's bizarre. Every day. And of course, it's got to lead into, they got to segue into, and therefore you need to fund whatever the new thing is. You need to fund a memorial. They're already funding a freaking Christmas thing again. They've already got that grift going again. I mean, that's insanity. It never stops, man. If people, with that, I think it's because they can't get enough support for their show. But they know, again, they have a wide open piggy bank. When Only Me started dropping 56K on it, they were like, holy shit, that took it to another level. That is next level. And I don't know if it'll ever stop. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5. BBB gets kicked off. LB can always bring in the rest of the legal team. Siri, indeed. Siri there. That's awesome. I love it. Oh, that's funny. I love it. That's a good callback. I love that one. Oh, just J Hip. What's up, man? Congrats again, dude. Thanks for the 10 there. Just think, Jinx, Bruce, and ThATuMBRELLA teamed up. Unstoppable force of stupidity. That would be lovely. Love you guys and thank you. Hey, man, appreciate the content. Like I've said, Megan said too, go and check out Just J. The live streams been doing are absolutely hilarious. It's good times. It's fun stuff. You will enjoy it. Snowy. What's up, Snowy Hurricane? Thanks for 5. Maybe it's sanction. You'll be clapping for Judge Shrug, being brave and making a stand. Hope your pants have dried by then. Indeed. Do you think, though? Honestly, Snowy, that a judge, if they have a standard, they should actually have that standard all the way through? Do you think they should ignore everything that happens? Maybe some of that falls on a lawyer too. Maybe they have to point it out harder, But do you think they should? Honestly, if I'm like, hey, in here, I'm not going to tolerate X, Y, and Z. Maybe I'll tolerate X and Z, but only from that guy over there. Thank you, though. I appreciate you. Misbehaved. Thanks for the 2. Kanye love fish sticks. Yes, love South Park. Yes, indeed. He went nuts over there. I mean, Kanye. Okay, Kanye's South Park character is just out there. They're always exaggerations, right? But Kanye is crazier than his South Park character. That is something else. That is so good. Yes, I love South Park stuff, by the way, too. Gordon Witt, thanks for the 10 there. Small Dunn for his excellency. Bishop Tug, marriage provider, indeed. The 2 angels, let's sing of joy during the ceremony. I'm sure they would sing all kinds of songs for us. That would be good. Thank you, Cordwood, too. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, they would probably sing. I don't know exactly. I don't know what kind of song. Actually, I know the little one would sing as the oldest. I'm not sure what she might sing if we asked her, like to go improvise a song. Alex, thanks for the super sticker on that. Thank you for the super sticker. I'll roll back and see that one after everything. I love going back through those. The kids love super stickers, so I'll go back afterwards and show them to them. Allie, thanks for the 2. Email to Polyflop website. The Randy image. Oh, yeah. I did see that. I didn't know if that was live. Before it was up there. Yeah, I did see that. It just had the Randy image. That was, in fact, if you looked up Polyflop. That was the only thing that was up there. Again, they trademarked this term. They tried to make it into something. And all they do while selling merchandise is the only thing you could find on it. The only definition for it. First hit was a picture of Randy. Isn't that the same thing that they keep saying is a problem in one of their lawsuits? Strange, except they're actually marketing something off his name. It's weird. Allie, thanks for the 2. Email. Oh, yeah, I got that. My bad. Thank you, too. I almost read it again, though. Thank you there. I appreciate it. 2012, thanks for the 2 there. Judges do care about public opinion. Yes, that is actually true, too. They do get to the point, if they do see it, they do care about public opinion. They, if they notice something, especially ones, if a judge says that they're all about free speech, see, the first statements the judge noted about free speech and everything, those are good statements. They all should be out there protecting your free speech fundamental rights. There's a difference, though. Again, this idea of professionalism that the lawyers fall into, where they're supposed to comport themselves a certain way. And Judge, freaking BBB has been well above. When you start lying to the court about stuff, that's next level. 2012, thanks for 2. I have a bar card, but there's some I can say stuff. Yeah, indeed. You're not part of this itself, so you can talk about it. Indeed. Ozzy, thanks for the 10 there. Bringing a new feel to the wedding party. Fun times indeed. I know, man. We can have a good time with it, couldn't we? Oh, Gal, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships on that. Thank you, Iowa Gal. Appreciate that. Love them. Thank you. That is awesome. I love the gift that is given there. Just J Hip, thanks for the 5. Starcasm did copyright Dick Lickman, but I think Megan and Tucker safe. That is really funny, actually. That is funny. Yeah, that nickname is funny. Paint chips and tickling, man. That is hilarious. Terry, thanks for the 5. BB said that he's a journalist before a lawyer. He can't even write a sentence correctly. Yeah, well, and again, I'm not somebody that's going to down some. I mispronounce shit and say all kinds of crazy stuff some days, but I also don't spend my time in legal drafts correcting other people with that. That's the one thing that really stood out to me with BBB. He's like, oh, that word, that's not a word anymore. This is not a word anymore. You remember the early legal documents? So yeah. Margaret, thanks for the 7 months there. That's a letter Shizzy needs to reply to. It did, man, out of this new stuff, Shizzy could have a field day replying to letters. That's for sure. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5. Would you trust someone regarding confidentiality that keeps copying journalists, quote unquote, journalists, so called? Even if he signed something, I don't trust him at all. No, not at all. That's why they were demanding certain things from them. But even then, that's why Jeremy was reacting the way he is, because, the first response, it's to bring in not quote unquote journalists, so called. We can add to that and say, you're right about that part, Jack's mom, but the other part, criminal. We have a criminal, a fucking convicted scammer, a convicted fraud that is being brought in and being attached to all this stuff under the guise of journalism. BBB likes to say that we're all cyber bullies and what, all this other garbage. And we do it under the guise of journalism. And yet he brings these weirdos in, and that's exactly what they are and what they do. I would never trust it. You're right there. Laura B, thank you for the super sticker. Laura, what's up, by the way? Appreciate you, Laura. Been here a while. Appreciate you very much, too. I don't say that enough. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate you. Paula, thanks for the 5. My husband, Tug have similar voices. Every time Tug says, Polymom, I think it's my husband asking me to clean the floors. Yeah. Get out there with the polymop. That does sound like a It does sound like a dual-headed mop or something, doesn't it? It sounds like one of those self-ringing mops with an attachment. That's how I imagine it really does sound like one. Sandra D, and the breadstick. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Love that gifted membership. Awesome there. Veteran Nation got dropped a gifted membership too. Congratulations, Veteran Nation, and love to you, my friend. Appreciate you. Charlie, thanks for the 2. Yeah, indeed. That is a much better way of going with that than the eggplant. You are right. You are very much right. Look at the symbols here. You folks are crazy. Thank you, Misbehaving. Misbehaving. That is the perfect name for that one. Susan, thanks for the 2 there. Mental image. BB's clown waving eggplant. Oh, indeed. Indeed. Terry, thanks for the maybe a dumb question. What kind of response could he reply with to justify these statements? A lie to cover up this BS? Yeah, it'll be a lie. It will be. You know, he's busted with the end insult where he went out. First of all, the scumbag thing. You have got to be kidding me. Like there is no way that he can respond to that without lying in some way. We'll see exactly how he tries it, but he can't deny what he did there. And we'll see how he tries to play it out. Veteran Nation, please, I want some discovery. Please, indeed. Please, sir, can I have it? Can I have a helping? One little helping, sir. Yes, indeed. Cutie Pie, thanks for that 10 there. I'm curious if BBB is just being a bad lawyer to get a retrial for insignificant legal representation. Oh, wait, I got a little one here. What's up, kiddo? Hey.
I think there's gonna be more super chats about me, like the food, more money.
You think there's going to be more super chats about you?
Oh, look, money things.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them. I'm reading them right now. I'm reading a bunch of them. You need to go lay down though. If we're going, I know there's lots of them. Yeah.
For me?
For you? What? Why do you think those are for you? You've got plenty of monies tomorrow. You're going to have a good day tomorrow. You are. You're going to have a good day. We're going to look at candy.
How many months?
Well, you'll have plenty to get candy.
No, just count how many monies.
Well, you'll have plenty of monies. Plenty. Okay.
Like 5 billion?
5 billion? I don't think you've got 5 billion monies. What? You have plenty
an
of
extra
money.
finger there.
Yeah. Well, here. Now, you got to go get rest, though, or we can't go tomorrow. So go get you some rest, okay? Because rest is best. You'll be rested up, and we'll be able to look good tomorrow, okay?
Where's my cup, though? If it's you.
We'll look at that. We'll look at that this weekend, okay? All right. Close my door for me, too. Love you. Get you some rest, though, for sure.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Love you.
Go upstairs. Go. I'm going. We'll go then. Love you. Somebody's excited for tomorrow. All right. Cutie Pie there. Okay, I'm curious if BBB is being a bad lawyer to get retrial for insignificant legal representation. They've obviously wanted to waste Jeremy's money. I think like some of the stupidity is just stupidity, honestly. And that's amazing to me sometimes. You know, some of the things that BBB has done, I'm like, whoa, you've got to be kidding. Are you really going to do that? Oh, man. I mean, some of it is just outlandishly crazy. Candace, thanks for the 5. Do you think BBB is trying to get removed from this case? He doesn't even have the money to pay for some of the debt. No, he's begging the money out for each thing. No, I think he's dug into something. It's pretty deep. But I think there's been promises made too. I keep wondering, let me put it this way. I keep wondering something. I keep coming back to this. Why does Stark's wife keep talking about payouts? Why do many other people seem to have money on their minds repeatedly? It's kind of a bizarre thing, isn't it? So get him removed. No, I think a lot of people, they got those dollar signs in there, and then they figured out, well, I mean, they burned the biggest donor they had. Again, David the donor, I can disagree all day long with David the donor and what he was doing, funding that. But he, at the end of the day, he was helping them out.
That takes Sissy to do it.
I'll think about it afterwards. Okay, go upstairs. Put that in the kitchen, though. Okay. Hey, set it down in the kitchen. Okay. Otherwise, you'll open it up and it'll get wasted. All right, set it up there. But no, I think it's wild. All right, so puzzler. There's a blocking test. Eggplant, John Thomas, member, long dong, schlong, wiener, weenie, dick, prick, manner, pecker, tool, baloney pony, dingling. Now, yeah, this has been a test of the blocking system. Beep. The blockings is for real. The system on YouTube can be so weird because things will change up. There's at one time the phrase clown world got blocked. We were making fun of just a whole bunch of stupid. And I was on Yellow Flash's channel. We were on Flashcast one night, and we were calling stuff clown world. And anytime someone would try to use the phrase clown world, it wouldn't allow it to come in. Now, that's not typical. So sometimes you have words that are on a block list. Sometimes it seems like they're added or removed. I don't know the logic to some of the weird stuff there, but Green Veggie Beast, thanks for the 20 there. Candy money. Every kids need candy. Yep, they do. Every kid, they love it. Love your mini-me. Thank you. She's excited about going to the candy store. They have a store they have a little mall out in Murfreesboro. We go out there and we look sometimes, and they just have an army of candy. So she's excited because it's an entire store of candy. She gets to pick what she wants. Like I said, she's excited for it. Candace, thanks for the 10 there. It's almost like BBB tried to suck the helium out of a balloon, and accidentally he sucked in the balloon and got stuck. It took so long to remove a balloon. He lost oxygen in most of his brain cells. He had some of the decision making is bad. I will say for sure. In my opinion, it is a mess. Yes, Angel. Thank you for the 2 there. Thanks, Doug. Happy to help. Hey, I'm glad to have you there too. Thank you. I appreciate you too, for sure. Righty Chick, thanks for the 5 there. If you wear a mask and a Pope's hat and break a coat, I just may have to find someone to marry. Indeed. Wouldn't it be amazing if I could bring in a fainting goat with me? That would be pretty awesome. Or it would be pretty much a show, right? Either way, it would be interesting. You'd be like, that's fascinating. Tracy, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Tracy. Like I said, love memberships there. Thank you. That is awesome. Gifting everybody out there too. That's great stuff. I love it. Rebel, thanks for the 5. Brother Tug has a ring to it. Yeah. Brother Umbrella. I love it, don't you? Brother Umbrella. What's funny is anytime I see umbrella guy, I change it to Tug. You notice I just did that. Brother Umbrella. Yeah. I like that. I do like it. That just sounds pretty good. David, what's up, David? Thanks for the 2. Marriage celebrant, that umbrella guy, aka MC Tug. It's MC Tug in the house, y'all. Yes, it would be an AI rap song, just to say. Let me make that clear. Pickled Tink, thanks for the Tug. I'm afraid Bug might need some Adderall. Yeah, no, she is a bolt of lightning, but she's just a kid that likes to have. Oh, she's a little kid, She's a funny one though. She is definitely a bucket of energy. She is. She gets going. It amazes me when I look at little kids, how they run. Man, I wish I had energy like that and I could channel it back again. Don't you? Wouldn't that be amazing? Debbie, thanks for the 10. The mods threatened us not to send eggplants because they'll get in trouble. Mods would not let us know. Well, the mods were protecting them. I get that too. I got it there, so mods, thank you on that. That's actually, I mean, that's understandable. Mods protect the channel. They try to do anything that would help out. So if mods did note that, they were trying to help out there too. And you all as well. Again, thank you. Appreciate that. But seriously, the mods do a good job. That's another showcase. Again, mods trying to look out for the channel. And again, that is very appreciated. And it's appreciated in the chat. You all think about that. I do more stupid stuff than where I don't think about some of that myself. So thank y'all. Kat, thanks for the tip. I officiated the hand fasting to my sister-in-law. Well, that's awesome, Kat. I've never I've never actually even thought about doing something like that. That's cool. Zup, thanks for the 5 there. Can you put in a good word upstairs for me, your tugginess? Indeed. It shall be done. Thank you. Angie, thanks to come to Hawaii and do our vow renewal on the beach. Man, I have never been to Hawaii. I've never been. I think Hawaii would be amazing, but I've never been to it. It does sound like fun, though. Angela, thanks for the 30 months there. Happy 30-month anniversary, Tug. Thank you. That's awesome there. What you longer think? I need a pickle you shirt. Thanks for being you. My 11-year-old daughter will join. Indeed. That's how it is. They would have fun. You can see them all gathered around having a good time. Cheryl, thanks for the month there. Love to all with that hey there as well. Love it. Appreciate that. And thanks for the 7 there with a real George. Please stand up. Please stand up. Engage. Indeed. I love it. I can hear it now. That's awesome. Flippin' Adventures. Thanks for the 10 there. I'd be part of the rerun crew this evening, but had to stop in to show some love and support. Love your new credentials. Welcome to the ministry. Had my 1-year ministry anniversary not too long ago. That's awesome, Flippin' Adventures. By the way, again, there's a big difference in, when I am not qualified to go out and, again, tell you anything as far as faith is concerned. I would not be anywhere. I would not even insult people for doing that, But again, I do not feel like doing something that the state can do. I feel like I 100% can do that, So just to note that, anything the state can do. Oh yeah. Cat, thanks for the vibe. Buck money, gummies. You want to hear a funny story? I'll keep this short, but back in the day, way back, gummy bears used to not be something you would find in the United States. Like they were, and when gummy bears first were introduced, they were like a craze. So when I was really little, we lived in Germany, and Germany, one of the beautiful things, gummy bears, they're amazing. In fact, they were so amazing that when we come back, we visit people, we would bring gummy bears as gifts. Everybody loved them. So when we moved back, we brought back a suitcase or 2 of gummy bears. So that's how good they were. Because used to, like I said, until a certain time with you, now you find them everywhere, but at one time here, nobody had ever heard of gummy bears. That was fascinating. The first time I had gummy bears, I was like, oh my God, these are amazing. Real right. Thanks to the 2 there for some wine and communion wafers. Indeed. Thank you for your ride, by the way. I'm glad to see you too. Love to you. And Debbie, thanks for the fun. I was wrong about the mods. I apologize for the confusion, mods. I know, that's fine. Actually, what was happening, I'll tell you what the confusion was, actually. The confusion on that, Debbie, by the way, it's okay too, Debbie. Nobody take it. But what happens is you can't see this unless you have a wrench. But YouTube will show or hide. So if you type in something, it will come up with either a show or hide, depending on if YouTube, they have weird rules about it. You never know some of the stuff they will try to hide or show. But with that, they were hiding most of the eggplant. So I did see that. I did see where it was hiding. And mods were, they're basically being forced to go in. And if somebody doesn't manually push show, YouTube will set on it. Now, there are certain things that are bad enough that YouTube just deletes them. But typically, if something goes to show or hide, the mods, majority of the time, it's not bad. It might be a piece of profanity in it. They might not like a certain word in there. They might think it's objectionable when it's not, and the mods, typically they'll approve it. But yeah, that's probably where the confusion came from. But anyway, Debbie, that's not a problem. Appreciate you there. Mods, again, mods are always, if something comes up, mods, though, they do try to protect the channel. And that's what they're here for. So, I mean, they're appreciating that. Okay, what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to turn you over to Mr. Shizzy Wiznut. Now, go over there, have a little fun tonight, and tell him Tug sent you. And I appreciate y'all. I am going out of town tomorrow, so I'm going to try to be here. I'm planning a live stream, but we will see. Anytime you go and do something, you never know. I should be back with plenty of time to live stream tomorrow, but if I'm not, we'll pick it up a Saturday. Yeah. But anyway, love you folks. Appreciate you, and we'll see you.